Hi, it's Lenny here from Len's Crafty Life, and these are my entries for the challenge, the 3-in-1 challenge of Jean Wragg. Now, she was asking for these items, but you didn't have to send in all three. You can either just send either one or two, or if you like, all three. Every item will be entered into its own drawing. So these should be going into 3 different drawings, but I'll show you what I sent her. She was asking for some buttons, some vintage buttons in some kind of brown colors. So I have some in here. This is an oval one, which I think is quite special. An oval button, oval shaped button. And I'm trying to improve on packaging as well with my big shots. I cut made some die cuts of 2 different vintage looking papers, again in the same colors of the buttons, and I put a little bow on with a little pearl, the flat back pearl on there. So that's my first entry. Then for the first time ever I made a dangle. Now I've never made a dangle yet. I know that people tend to use these little chains to make them, but for the first time I thought that was still a bit fiddly for me, so I'd seen them also made on ribbons. So I picked out 2 different colored ribbons. Again, she's very much into vintage colors like brown, so brown gold, so I tried to pick those colors for her, especially the kind of brownish goldenish colors. So I picked 2 different kinds of thin ribbon. I don't know if you can actually see it. These are the 2 different kinds. This one is a bit more browny golden, and this is a little bit more cream. So, and I put all sorts of buttons on, well, not buttons, but beads on there. And in between, just to give them a bit of spacing, I made a little knot, either a single knot or a double knot, depending on the hole that was in the bead itself. So I got all sorts of different things on there, which I hope she will like. And here on the end I put this little shoe, which I recently purchased a few of those. So I think that's really pretty and very, very vintage. So that's it. That's my dangle trim. Oh yeah, and I put these on as well. These kind of golden brownish little, tiny little flowers. Well, if she doesn't like it, she can always take it apart. That's fine with me. So, but I hope, of course, that she does like it. But we'll see. Okay, and then the pin cushion was the 3rd item. This is what I made. Again, the fabric is from a lady's waistcoat, and it's silk fabric, and it had these beautiful roses on it here and there. So I particularly went for a piece of material where you could see the roses very clearly and not just the cream. So I really, really like this. I cut out a big circle and I put some stuffing in there, so it's very soft. And then on the bottom, I first here in between, you can see I cut out a circle of linen to cover up the hole, because this doily that I put on top, of course, you can still see the hole right through. So I had to cover the hole beneath the doily first, and then I glued on the doily, all done with fabric glue. And then I put this lovely trim around with the pompons, which I think is really cute. And I put on this butterfly with the pearl. The pearl was already on there, so I hope it stays on in the mail, that it doesn't come off. And just for fun, I put these tiny little heart pins in there. I haven't made stick pins yet, so I will sometime, but if I do that now, I think it will be another few hours before I can send this, and I just like to get it off in the mail. And stick pins weren't a requirement. She's getting a lot of stick pins with the pin cushions, which is great, but I'll try that for next time. But I think these look very cute as well. So she can either keep these like it, or you know, gift them to somebody, or make stick pins herself on these. So okay, these are my entries for Jean Wragg. And then I made a card, again because I got this big shot for Christmas and I'm trying to make nice cards. And I got these little Beatrix Potter images a while back in a charity shop. This is Tom Kitten with his mummy, I think, and I tried to pick out the colors from the card. She's got kind of like a lilac dress. So I made this. I didn't really have a nice square die cut that would fit this size. So from just a straight die cut, I cut that out a few times, and then I actually colored it with lilac, a lilac stamp pad. And it was still a bit bright lilac, and I wanted to mute the color a bit. So I went over it actually with a little bit of, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, sorry, it hit my camera. But I went over it with some brown ink, some antique linen ink. It's a distress stain from Tim Holtz, and I went over it to mute the color a little bit. Now the paper, I used the same lilac color all the way around here, just for the edging of the blue card. Now the paper that I used I quite like, because there is some a pattern on there. I hope you can see that. Keep my camera still. So there's some pattern on there, and in this paper block, it's from Deco Time. They have the same paper, but they're not with, like this one has, like, you can see it shines a little bit, the pattern on there. Now they also have the exact same paper, but with a much stronger silver finish, as you can see here. So it's the same paper, but with different finishes. So here I didn't want to use the strong silver lines, because it would, you know, take too much attention away from the pretty picture, I think. So this is where I use the lighter shade of the paper, and then here I did use the stronger silver finish. So the same paper, but with a stronger finish, which I really like. And again, I put like the lilac ink from the stamp pad around both to make them stand out a bit more. Oh, and I put some 3D tape behind here, so it comes some foam tape. So this is actually a little bit 3D. So that's a card that I made for Jean, so I hope she likes that, and I hope to send this off, the package off, to her today. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye bye.